Imagine walking down a neon-drenched street where the air hums with energy, and even the most stunning women, clad in bold red dresses that catch the light, barely cast a glance your way. You're not invisible. You're a force they can't categorize, a presence that defies their need to label or control. If you clicked on this video, it's because you felt that same unshakable resolve, that quiet rebellion against a world that demands you conform, and you're ready to embrace the power it holds within you. Welcome to Sigma Male Community, the sanctuary for men who forge their own paths with stoic strength and unyielding independence. This isn't a place for the faint-hearted or those clinging to the safety of the herd. It's for warriors who turn discomfort into dominance. Today we're peeling back the curtain on 8 strange, uncomfortable traits that set the Sigma male apart, traits that make you a magnet of intrigue and a master of your own destiny. These are the secrets to standing tall when others falter, and I'm here to guide you through each one with the wisdom you've come to trust. 1. The unspoken language of silence. Silence isn't a void to be feared, it's a weapon forged in the fires of self-mastery. While the masses rush to fill every pause with empty chatter, the Sigma male stands like a sentinel, his quietude slicing through the noise like a katana through mist. His presence alone shifts the room, forcing the pretenders to squirm as their frantic words collapse under the weight of his calm. Every unspoken moment becomes a mirror, reflecting the insecurities of those who dread the stillness, their discomfort a testament to his unshakable control. This isn't apathy or detachment, it's a deliberate act of sovereignty. In a world addicted to the endless scroll of oversharing, where every fleeting thought is broadcast like a plea for attention, the Sigma's refusal to play along is a revolution. He doesn't waste his breath on the deaf or dilute his power with meaningless noise. His silence is a calculated strike, preserving his energy for the battles that matter. Picture a general on the battlefield, holding his command until the perfect moment. Why squander your voice on an audience too blind to hear? The true artistry lies in the unseen. While others spill their souls in rambling monologues, leaking their strategies and weaknesses, the Sigma's restraint builds an aura of mystery that draws others in. They label him enigmatic or distant because they can't unravel him, projecting their own fears onto his steady gaze. But that's his strength. He doesn't exist to be understood by the crowd. His silence is a gravitational pull, a force that bends the world toward him, and when he finally speaks, it's with the weight of a thunderbolt. Envision a crowded room where peacocks strut and preen, their voices a cacophony of desperation. Then there's the Sigma, leaning against the wall, silent as stone, yet every eye shifts his way. That's the paradox of this power. By withholding, he commands. The Stoics understood this well. Master your inner world and the outer chaos loses its grip. Forge your silence into an impenetrable shield, let the misjudgments fly, and watch as your quiet becomes the throne they can't ignore. This is your birthright. Embrace the stillness, let them underestimate you, and when you choose to break the silence, let it reshape the room. The Sigma male doesn't need to shout. His presence is the echo that lingers. 2. The art of cutting strings. Loyalty isn't a chain you inherit, it's a pact sealed with action and respect. The Sigma male doesn't cling to ties out of obligation or nostalgia. Shared blood or years of history mean nothing if the balance of honor isn't mutual. When the scales tip, he wields his resolve like a surgeon's scalpel, severing connections with precision that leaves onlookers clutching their pearls. How can you abandon them? They gasp, and his answer is a cold, unwavering truth, because staying would mean surrendering his soul. This isn't cruelty, it's a survival instinct sharpened by resilience. Toxic bonds don't just steal your hours, they erode the core of who you are, sapping the strength you need to rise. The Sigma treats his relationships like a thriving garden, ruthlessly pruning the dead wood to let the roots of true connection breathe. He doesn't shed a tear for the rot he removes. Why mourn weeds that choke the light from your path? Like a warrior shedding a broken shield, he steps forward unburdened, free from the weight of unearned loyalty. Society loves to brand him a villain, whispering selfish or heartless to those who dare to walk away. But the Sigma knows a deeper law. Betraying yourself is the only real sin. Every moment you tolerate disrespect or guilt-driven ties is a theft from your future self, a future where you could forge an empire. He lets the severed strings whip in the wind like war banners, a silent proclamation of his refusal to kneel to anyone's expectations. The Stoics would approve. Focus on what you can control and release the rest with a steady hand. Picture a man tangled in a web of leeches, family who demand without giving, friends who drain without lifting. Then see the Sigma, blade in hand, cutting through with a single decisive stroke, stepping into the open air with a breath of freedom. That's the liberation most never taste, trapped by the chains they refuse to break. His loyalty is a rare artifact, guarded like a dragon's hoard, offered only to those who prove their worth through fire. Take this power. Stop watering dead soil, cut the strings that bind you to mediocrity and watch your spirit soar. The Sigma male doesn't owe his essence to anyone. He earns his peace by protecting it. 3. The disappearing act. When the Sigma male departs, he doesn't storm out. He vanishes like smoke on the wind. No dramatic speeches, no tearful farewells, just a seamless fade that leaves others grasping at shadows. This unnerves the world, which craves closure and control, but he's no prisoner to their demands. His absence isn't a void, it's a statement, delivered with the quiet authority of a man who knows his worth isn't up for debate. This isn't impulsiveness, it's a honed instinct guiding him like a compass through treacherous seas. He senses the stench of falseness before the first lie takes root, a forced smile, a hidden agenda, and he's gone before the trap can snap shut. No arguments, no hope for redemption. He trusts his gut like a seasoned commander, retreating to higher ground where his mind can thrive. Every second spared from toxicity is a victory, a bullet dodged with the grace of a predator in motion. The masses call it running, but they're blind to the truth. Running is chaos, this is reclamation. By disappearing, he starves the energy vampires who feast on his presence, leaving them to wither in their own stagnation. His peace isn't a bargaining chip, it's a fortress he reclaims without apology. The Stoics lived this principle. Don't cling to what drags you down and move forward with purpose unshaken. Imagine a lion slipping into the savannah's tall grass, not fleeing but repositioning for the hunt. That's the Sigma, gliding beyond reach while others stumble over the traps they've laid. He owes no explanations, his life isn't a stage for their comfort. The unease his departure stirs? That's their burden to bear, not his. He's already charting new territory, a sovereign ruler of his own domain. Master this art. Vanish when the air turns sour, let the world wonder, and let your silence declare your freedom. The Sigma male doesn't need permission to reclaim his space, he takes it with every step. For the Reciprocity Rebellion. The Sigma male doesn't grovel or chase, he demands equilibrium. He won't plead for attention or barter for scraps of respect. His rule is clear, match my energy or fade away. One-sided relationships collapse under his gaze, dying swiftly on his threshold. It's not coldness, it's precision, a mathematician's approach to the currency of time and effort. This isn't arrogance, it's economics with a soul. Time is his most precious resource and he invests it where it yields returns. If you bring fog, he unleashes a storm. If you offer silence, he becomes the abyss. His loyalty isn't a free gift, it's a prize earned through action, and he'll torch a bridge without hesitation if the other side stopped building long ago. The Stoics would nod here. Align your efforts with reason and let the unworthy drift away. The world recoils at this stance, crying out with, but family, but history, as if sentiment alone justifies imbalance. The Sigma stands firm. Those are hollow words if the deeds don't match. He's not swayed by guilt or the ghosts of the past. He's driven by a truth that cuts deeper than nostalgia. Why pour your essence into a void that never fills? He'd rather stand alone on solid ground than drown with a crowd of pretenders. Visualize a trader at a market weighing gold against dust. He doesn't haggle with the worthless, he walks away. That's the Sigma, rejecting tables that don't serve him, building his own feast from the ground up. His rebellion isn't loud, it's a quiet refusal to play the martyr, a stance that demands respect or nothing at all. He's not heartless, he's a craftsman shaping his life with deliberate strokes. Rise to this challenge. Stop begging for seats at broken tables. Construct your own empire, surround yourself with those who mirror your fire, and let the rest dissolve into the shadows. The Sigma male doesn't settle, he thrives. 5. The Mask-Detector Instinct. The Sigma male sniffs out deception like a hawk circling prey. He doesn't need proof, just a whisper in the air, a twitch in the tone, and he knows. A strained laugh, a pause that stretches too far, it's all a crack in the mask and his intuition lights it up like a beacon. This isn't paranoia, it's a skill honed through years of navigating life's minefields, a sixth sense that keeps him one step ahead. This isn't suspicion, it's evolution at work. Every scar from past betrayals has sharpened his perception, allowing him to see the puppet strings others miss. That coworker's well done? A blade wrapped in velvet. That friend's concern? A Trojan horse cloaked in care. He doesn't waste breath calling it out. He sidesteps, letting the liars tangle in their own webs while he moves forward unscathed. The Stoics valued reason, but they knew instinct was its silent ally. People despise being seen so clearly. It strips away their armor and they'll lash out, branding him cynical or distant. Let them rage. His role isn't to expose every fraud, it's to shield his path from their games. That unease he stirs? It's their reflection, not his burden. He trusts the chill in his bones, a warning that guides him through a world of smoke and mirrors. Picture a chess master reading the board 3 moves deep, not because he schemes but because he sees the player's tells. That's the Sigma, the knight dodging the pawn's clumsy strike, always beyond reach. This instinct isn't about catching liars, it's about never being caught. He hones it like a blade, a tool to navigate the chaos with unerring precision. Sharpen this gift. Feel the shift when the masks slip, and don't doubt the unease in your gut. It's not fear, it's wisdom. The Sigma male doesn't just see through the lies, he walks past them untouched. 6. The Anti-Chameleon Code. The Sigma male doesn't blend, he stands. He doesn't twist his voice or shift his stance for every crowd. Whether facing a CEO or a stranger, he's the same unyielding force. In a world of social chameleons who morph to fit, his consistency is a defiant roar, a stance that unnerves those who thrive on conformity. This isn't pride, it's a bedrock of integrity, a refusal to dilute his essence for anyone's comfort. Most adapt to survive, laughing louder, nodding faster, shrinking or swelling to please. Not the Sigma. He's a granite peak in a rushing river, letting the current split around him while he holds fast. His refusal to perform isn't arrogance, it's a conservation of strength, saving his fire for wars worth fighting. The Stoics would recognize this. Live by your own compass, not the shifting winds of others. This creates friction and he welcomes it. Sparks fly when you refuse to bend, and those sparks ignite legacies. People squirm when they can't predict him, when he won't dance to their tune. Good. Let them twist. His unedited presence is a challenge, a mirror that forces them to face their own masks while he stands tall. While others exhaust themselves shape-shifting, he builds with steady hands. Imagine a wildfire sweeping through. The chameleons flee, changing colors to hide, while the Sigma stands like an oak, roots deep, unbothered. That's the power of this code, an unshakable identity in a sea of fakes. He doesn't seek approval, he earns respect by being real. The tension it breeds? Just the heat forging something stronger. Live this truth. Be the same man in every light, every shadow. Don't edit yourself for the crowd. Let the world adapt to you. The Sigma male isn't a reflection, he's the original. 7. The Ruthless Rebirth. Endings aren't defeats, they're gateways. The Sigma male doesn't clutch dying relationships, jobs, or versions of himself. He ends them with a quiet resolve, striking the match and stepping into the flames. No eulogies, no lingering glances, just a reset that others mistake for coldness. It's not about destruction, it's about transformation, a shedding of skin to reveal the man beneath. This isn't heartlessness, it's metamorphosis in motion. Like a phoenix choosing its own fire, he leaves behind what no longer serves, knowing growth demands sacrifice. Old habits, toxic ties, outdated dreams, they're all husks to discard, not treasures to cling to. He doesn't waste tears on the past, he extracts its lessons and strides forward. The Stoics embraced this, accept what fades and build on what endures. Society labels it harsh, but they're tethered to comfort zones they fear to leave. The Sigma thrives in the void, resurrecting himself with every cut. He'll burn a bridge, salt the earth, and plant new seeds in the ashes, because holding on to corpses poisons the living. His rebirth isn't a loss, it's a victory, a declaration that he answers to no one's timeline but his own. See a caterpillar dissolving in its cocoon, not mourned but celebrated for the butterfly to come. That's the Sigma, dismantling his own ruins to craft something fiercer. He doesn't wait for the perfect moment, he creates it, trusting the chaos to shape his next form. The debris? Just the dust he shakes from his shoulders. Seize this power. End what's dying in your life, ruthlessly, decisively, and watch what rises from the embers. The Sigma male doesn't fear endings, he masters them. 8. The attention strike. The Sigma male doesn't scramble for spotlight scraps, he radiates. While others leap through hoops for applause, he stands firm and the room bends toward him. His power isn't in chasing, it's in refusing to play, a quiet dominance that shatters the attention game. This isn't modesty, it's a mastery of self that draws eyes without effort. This enrages the needy. Narcissists thrive on reactions, drama, pity, praise, and he starves them dry. Their bait dangles, their traps snap on empty air, and he keeps building unmoved. What? His validation flows from within, a wellspring they can't tap. The Stoics knew this. Seek strength in your own mind and the world's noise fades. He's not hungry for their crumbs, he's feasting on his purpose. Picture a circus tent, clowns tumbling, shouting for notice, while the Sigma sits in the shadows, still as stone. Yet the crowd turns, drawn by the mystery. That's the strike. By opting out, he redefines the game. His energy isn't a charity case, it's a fortress reserved for his own kingdom. Let the vultures circle, he's beyond their reach. This is subtle conquest. The less he seeks, the more he gains, because true influence doesn't grovel, it commands. Others waste their lives performing. He spends his creating, a sun that outshines their flickering candles. He doesn't need the world to see him, he needs it to feel his weight. Claim this strength. Pull back from the desperate dance, feed your purpose, and let your silence reign. The Sigma male doesn't beg for notice, he takes it by being. Well, here we are, my friends. 20 minutes of diving into the raw, unpolished essence of what it means to live as a Sigma male. These 8 traits aren't just quirks to shrug off. They're the steel in your spine, the fire in your gut, the quiet roar that sets you apart. You felt it, haven't you? That moment when the noise of the world fades, when you cut a tie that was dragging you down, when you stood tall while others bent. This isn't about proving anything to anyone, it's about owning who you are unapologetically and building a life that reflects that strength. I want you to take a beat with this. Think about the silence you've been scared to wield, the connections you've hesitated to sever, the masks you've seen but haven't dodged. These aren't just ideas, they're tools, battle-tested and ready for you to pick up and master. Sigma male community isn't just a channel throwing content at you. It's a forge where men like us, men who reject the herd, who carve their own trails, come to sharpen their edge. You didn't stumble here by chance. You're here because you're ready to stop playing small and start dominating your world. So here's my challenge to you. The next time you feel the pull to conform, to explain yourself, to chase approval, push back. Lean into that discomfort, because that's where the real growth happens, where the man you're meant to be takes shape. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't, ring the bell and join this brotherhood. We're just getting started. Drop a comment and tell me how you're putting these lessons to work, how you're rewriting your story. Until we meet again, stay sharp, stay sovereign, and keep rising with Sigma male community as your guide.